Hello, Indian Trail Wildcats. It's Mr. Lubing here. I'm here with Willie today, and we're going to take some time to go through all the materials that you picked up today at Material Pickup so you guys are ready for the start of school next week. As you can see, there are a bunch of different things that could have gone home with you depending on your schedule, and we're going to talk you through each one of those to make sure that you understand its purpose and that you're prepared for next Monday. The first thing that we have is your agenda book. Even though we're not in school, the expectation is that you are using this to keep yourself organized with all of your classes. As you open up, the first page is your handbook sign-off. In the Connect Ed that was sent out to your parents, we ask that you and your parents review this, both sign it, and send it back to Mrs. Kabliska through email so we have record that you guys understand the expectations of all Indian Trail students. You will also find a blue piece of paper that, as you look at it, outlines what your day is going to look like. The expectation for every Indian Trail student is that you are online at 9 o'clock checking in and taking attendance with your first hour teacher. Classes officially start after announcements at 9:15 and go through the day as such. We encourage you all to fill out your schedule on this sheet of paper to keep track of it so you stay organized and make sure you're not missing any Zoom meetings or any functions. The first class materials that we have are your math books. If you are in regular 8th grade math, your math book will look like this. If you are in Honors Algebra 1, your math book will look like this. Both are consumables, meaning you can write in them and do what you want with them as you work through them. If you are in 8th grade language arts class, all of your resources will be online. If you are in honors, your textbook will look like this. They are receiving a textbook because they do not have online capabilities with this book. So this is your honors language arts book. In addition, for language arts, if you are in regular 8th grade language arts class, the district has purchased a novel for every 8th grade student. If you are in regular 8th grade language arts, you have a copy of The Giver that you received. If you are in honors language arts, you received a Lord of the Flies copy. These are your copies to keep. You can do any kind of notations you need to in the margins or wherever you need to highlight. These are your books as a gift from the school district. And the last of your core materials is your science book. We have a new science resource. A lot of it is going to be online. However, every student will receive this Earth Elevate Science resource. This is also a consumable, so you can work out of this through your science lessons. For those of you signed up for STEAM for first semester with Mr. Wright has gone through and prepared kits for an at-home project that you will be working on. This does not require any saws or anything like that. We will arrange a time when you guys can drop these off to have Mr. Wright cut them, and you guys will be building these model cars. More details to follow on this from Mr. Wright. And lastly, but most importantly, is your laptop. This is your key to your remote learning for so many of you that don't have devices at home. You need to have this charged and accessible every single day in order to follow your schedule and to attend your online classes. So please make sure you are taking care of this. This is not a toy. You're not supposed to let your siblings play on it, your parents play on it. This is your responsibility. So please be careful with this. There'll be more instructions on what to do and how to set this up in just a few seconds. Once you get home, please make sure you take your laptop out and charge it overnight. In the next day or two, please follow the initial setup of student laptop instructions that you received at Material Pickup. You will not be able to get on your computer the first day of school if you don't follow these instructions. So please make sure you turn on your computer, let it boot up, and follow the first instructions. As a warning, this process may take upwards to 30 to 45 minutes, so please make sure you have ample time to sit down and do this properly. Make sure you connect it to your home Wi-Fi, and you'll eventually come to a screen that's going to ask you for your student ID at psd202.org. This will register this laptop to you and you alone. Once you click on that, it's going to ask you again for the same student ID at psd202.org and your password. If you do not know your password, there was a white sheet of paper in each of your bags that included all of your passwords that you are going to need in order to get onto some of the apps that you will need for remote learning. So find your password for this and enter it. Hit sign in and let it set up. Once your computer is all set up, it's going to ask you to log in as you normally would at school. Once it asks you to log in, your screen should look something like this. It's going to ask you for your username ID, which is your school ID number. That does not have to include at psd202.org on the end, just your ID number, and then the same password that you registered to your computer in the initial setup. Hit the arrow, and your computer will boot up as normal. Once you get to the normal Windows homepage, you may notice that some of your files or programs are initially missing. They will take some time to load, so don't panic, just give it some time. They will be there soon. And that should get you guys all set up and ready for Monday the 31st. We know that this is not the way we all wanted to start the new school year, but this is what we're going to do, and we're going to make the very best of it because our Wildcats are resilient and they persevere through any challenge that we lay forth. So on behalf of myself, the administration, Willie, we want to say welcome to the 2020-2021 school year. Thank you for parents and students for being so patient and understanding. And most importantly, thank you to our teachers who have all summer been working very hard to tweak everything that they do and how they present it in order to reach you guys in a remote learning setting. So here we go, Wildcats. Ready or not? School starts on the 31st. We'll see you all real soon.